Alright, if you guys have something like this, pretty loose outlet or sunken outlet, or maybe even just broken plate of the outlet, and when you plug it in, it's pretty loose and you don't like it and you have to fix it. So here are the few simple methods I'm going to show you pretty much electricians use. We go about fixing something like this. So number one, let's remove the plate, but before you work on any device, you have to turn off your electrical breaker for the circuit, and even before you try to remove it, you have to test with your plug tester that there is no power. So once you do that, you're good to go to remove the plate of the outlet. And once you remove the plate, we have to pay attention to a few things. So there are many times you will have basically just these two screws, mounting screws of the electrical outlet become loose. So sometimes all it takes is just to tighten these screws, as long as these ears for the outlet are basically pushing against the drywall or whatever finish you have, tile, wood, whatever it is. So first method is just to tighten this screw. So after tightening this screw, in my case, you can see this is pretty solid now, and I can put a plate on and it's good to go. But another method, second method, you will have many instances where electrical box is pretty deep inside, and these ears, maybe even the box for the outlet, the drywall or finish, if you have wooden finish tile, it's pretty much cut a little bit bigger. And when you try to screw it in, pretty much outlet goes in inside of the box slightly, and it's not leveled with the whatever finish you have, wood, tile, or just a drywall. So in that case, we do use pads, basically spacers, some people call it. Pull the outlet slightly out. I think I'm gonna just need two of them. I'm just gonna cut two and put it like this. I will just insert, I'm just gonna put one on top right here, and I will put one basically underneath, so you can see it has a hole for the screw. Basically one side is open, so you can just push it into that screw.
And you can use, of course, your screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, to push it in all the way in. And now,
when I tighten this, this is second method to mount, to fix your electrical outlet. And there's third method when you have even bigger space between the electrical box and the outlet, and at the same time the finish, basically the wall, is cut slightly bigger than the mounting basically legs of the outlet, brackets of the outlet. And in that case, we do use basically box extender. Pretty much it is required when you have your electrical box deeper than the finish of the wall, whatever the finish is. It's required if you have a wooden finish tile in the kitchen. A lot of times it's used on the cabinet outlets. That's where it's used. But you can use it to fix sunken, broken outlets that basically do not sit against the finish, against the wall, and it's cut pretty big. So you can use this, and very simple method to put it on. You don't have to remove wiring for the outlets. All you gotta do, unscrew these screws. We're gonna slide it in just like this. And make sure you organize the wires nicely. And then if the existing screws are a bit shorter to you, you can use longer screws that comes with the packaging of box extender. But the only thing I want to mention when you use longer screws, to be careful when you screw it all the way in, it doesn't go hit your wiring and pretty much nicks it, and it doesn't damage your wire, which will cause basically your circuit tripping or maybe even electrical breaker basically tripping. But it's only when you have this type of a setup, metal box like this, which is more of a, like a commercial setup, or maybe even high rises apartments like this, these are used. But in residential homes, many times this hole is pretty much protected and you can use as long as you want and it won't go and hit it. It's pretty much covered fully, the hole for the screw, so it will be just fine. I use my power tester to twist the outlet just to level it slightly. You can do that too, but make sure you don't break it. So this is the third method I recommend using, to use box extenders. And at the same time, some people, when they use this method, they like to tape around the screws of the outlet as well. I don't show it to you, but you can do that as well. And lastly, what I want to recommend is, when you buy a plate, finished plate for the outlet, do not use these ceramic, I believe. These are pretty much the hard covers that break easily when you try to tighten the screw. It cracks here and it keeps cracking. But there are ones, the nylon ones, that are soft. You can bend it and it's not going to crack. So that's what I recommend using. And that's how you fix broken, loose, sunken outlets like this. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. See you in the next one.